Hello, I am Dr. Narendra Gupta. I welcome you all to my homeopathic channel. So, I am being an Indian and my mother tongue is Hindi. So, I can speak better, I can express better in my mother tongue, that is Hindi language. But as Hindi is restricted to very few area of the globe, so I want to make videos for global homeopaths, for global enriching the knowledge of homeopathy to the global homeopaths. So, as my English is not very good, I may commit many grammatical mistakes while making these videos. So, please ignore the grammatical mistakes I commit during my speech, but try to take the essence of my lecture. That is possible only if you have an inclination to learn something pure homeopathy. That is important. So I have seen in my clinic that mentals, if we select the remedy, the similimum on the basis of exclusively on the basis of mental symptoms, the result is extremely good, extremely fast. On the mental basis, we can use every medicine from A to Z in all the diseases. Suppose aconite is considered as an acute remedy, belladonna is considered as an acute remedy, not very deep, not miasmatic, so-called miasmatic. But if your prescription is based on mental symptoms, aconite can cure deep-seated miasmatic diseases also. So prescribing on the mental symptoms just breaks all the myths in homeopathy. Though they are not called as myths, but they are myths because they are based on falsehood. People, the stalwarts, whatever so-called stalwarts, they describe their experiences in the various books. One describes something in one book, then another author just copies him and create another book. So there is a large number of books having the same kind of description about diseases, about therapeutics, about medicines, etc., etc. So what happens? And all of them have a very big name because they were the original authors. So what happens? The people who are coming, new generations, there is a very big gap between the generation, 2 generations, 3 generations, or generations apart. So this modern generation, modern homeopaths feel that they were the genius people. No doubt they were genius people, but even genius can commit mistakes because they are human beings and we are two human beings. So they do commit mistakes. So they do have very human weaknesses. So because all these weaknesses, they have described the books in such a way that as if the God is describing or the God is writing homeopathic books. So that is the reason we make so much mistake in understanding homeopathy, and it has made so difficult that even an ordinary person, a person of ordinary intelligence, finds himself extremely difficult to grasp, to comprehend whatever is given in those books. So that created an inferiority complex in the mind of homeopath because they do not get that kind of result which they expect, which our stalwarts have described in their books. What happens when you create a channel, you write a book, or you have to deliver to a lecture to a certain group of homeopaths? What do there? Suppose you have 10 failures in your clinic and 1 success in your clinic. So you are not going to show all these 10 failures to the audience. But what will you do? You will just narrate 1 case which was successful in your clinic. So that has happened in these books. That's why these modern homeopaths who come out from the college thinking they are great, they have become now great homeopaths, great doctors, but they find very difficult to practice Homeopathy is the easiest cases of cough and coryza they are not able to cure. So they start losing their self-confidence, and ultimately either they leave homeopathy and go to some other medical science, or they leave medical science at all and they go to other sub professions. So this is the actual real situation. At least in India, I do not know much about the total globe. What is the situation everywhere? It might be same or even worse than this scenario. So to share my knowledge, my experience with other homeopaths, I have created this channel and going to explain various cases treated at my clinic, and also give the descriptions of different medicines in simple languages, so that the confusing descriptions of the medicines given in various books will become so simple that ordinary homeopath can also use it in their clinic frequently with ease and will get the very good result. All my descriptions will be based on mental explanation of the medicine. So today we are going to study a remedy called Conium maculatum. Conium patient is a very passionate patient. Passionate means he has a very strong urge to get involved in something which gives him joy. This is the basic of conium, and this is the reason of becoming a patient which can be cured with the conium. He works under the influence of this passion. If he is forced to abstain, that is, not allowed to get involved in the joy-giving act voluntarily or by some other restrictions, he cannot bear it, and conium symptoms start developing in him. So this is the only the gist of conium patient. Now, mostly in our literature, homeopathic literature, the causes of conium ailments is mainly from celibacy or continence, or there are so other reasons also, but there are two main reasons of being a conium patient. So the rubrics we given in our books are ailments from celibacy, ailments from continence, anxiety, continence prolonged from, anxiety, sexual desire from suppressed. There are few rubrics which shows that just by restriction his natural urge, forcefully or voluntarily, the person start becoming a sick person, and the symptomatology that develops in that person is the symptomatology of the conium remedy. I'm trying to explain the words also, though we know, being the English person, the English language is there, and we know, we think that we know these words very well, but this is not so. The word used in these four rubrics are passion, celibacy, continence. There are three important words, they are used in above four rubrics. We think these are four words are very, very easy. We easily understand their meaning in depth, but it is not so. You are to write an essay on these words as if you are to explain the deep meaning of these words to the audience, or to write it in the form of a book. If you try to do so, you won't be able to write even a few lines on these words. Then you will come to know your subconscious mind understands the meaning of these words very deeply. But when you want to brought it to the conscious mind, then you are not able to do so. Because when patient come in clinic, he speaks in a natural tone, natural language, in day-to-day language. But how to convert that ordinary language of the patient into the language of our repertory or materia medica, it becomes extremely difficult. This is the reason why we are not able to take mental symptom in each and every case. This is the common complaint. So now I will prepare large number of videos for you, because all the material, theoretical material, I don't want to put in just one video. Otherwise video will lose its significance. We won't be able to understand the medicine as such. So gradually I will explore all the fields in which some kind of correction is needed. The word is passion. Passion, it is an intense, emotional, compelling action. It is an emotion that is deeply stirring or ungovernable. Means person himself is governed with this force, inner force to do something. Another word is celibacy. Abstention by vow from sexual intercourse or marriage. This is by vow. This is very important. And continence is the self-refrain, especially from sexual intercourse. This is one reason. Restriction is imposed on oneself. And continence is the ability to retain a bodily discharge voluntarily. Just like to avoid pain, he deliberately used fecal continence. Means when he is passing fecus, he is passing stool, he has the pain in rectal area, anal area. So to avoid that, he does not pass the stool for a very long time to avoid pain. So this is the continence, this is the fecal continence, because he is not passing the stool at his will. So during the sexual act, person gets deeply involved with great passion. Anything which stops him from getting involved under this passion gives him trouble. He enjoys the sexual intercourse. Conium enjoys very much. So any act in which the person feels lot of enjoy, as if it is the food for him, and he is forced to stop that enjoyment by any means, because of any reason. So he cannot bear it and start developing various kind of sicknesses which are easily cured by conium. There is another rubric is sadness continence from sadness, sexual desire, suppressed sexual desire, sadness after. So anyone or any situation which is responsible for stopping him, he becomes angry with that situation or person because he himself wants to have that passion. So this is amativeness, want of amativeness. Suppose a person, now I am giving you the analogy of sexual intercourse, because once we restrict our action, our explanation to one word which is that is given in the repertory, the use of that medicine becomes very limited. So for each and every word, if we understand the subtle meaning, the metaphorical meaning of that word, then we can extend the same situation in every field of life. For example, so person, sexual intercourse, the person gets involved very much and enjoys very much the act. And one is fond of it. So sexual intercourse can be equated with any act, maybe reading, maybe playing, maybe talking to some other person, maybe watching some movie, etc., 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 in which person is deeply involved. So any such kind of act, if he is forcefully stopped of doing that act. If the ailments arise, then these are the symptoms for the conium prescription. Now you will understand it better with the help of an example. So there is an old lady, she does not have any responsibility of doing any household work. Her daughter-in-law is doing everything. And daughter-in-law feels something great, something of a higher social status. And this old lady belongs to a low strata of the society. So he lives in a colony where there is no kind of enjoyment. So only enjoyment is by sitting and just gossiping with other ladies of the same locality. So this lady sits outside his home in the street and just make gossips with other ladies of the same street and enjoys it thoroughly. So she does it for the whole day because she has nothing to do in the house. So it is the only time pass for this old lady. And she enjoys this act very, very, very much. So this daughter-in-law of her, as she feels that this is not a graceful act to sit with the ladies of the street because we are people of little bit higher strata and these the street ladies are of low strata. So this daughter-in-law doesn't allow her mother-in-law, the old lady, to sit in the street and just gossip with other ladies. So this restriction imposed on this old lady by her daughter-in-law is same as restricting someone from sexual intercourse because she also enjoys gossiping with lady and the sexual person enjoying the sexual intercourse. The same mental state is the same for both of them. So sexual intercourse, the subtle meaning of sexual intercourse, now I have expanded it to a common act of just gossiping in the street. So this can be taken to any kind of acts in which one passionately enjoys, and he is not allowed to take that action, to take that enjoyment. So then the symptom develops are very much suited for conium. Suppose a young boy, is very much passionate to play cricket. He is mad after cricket. But as this is the age for the studying in the schools, so his parents restrict all this activity. They do not allow him to play cricket and ask him to study in the house so that he can succeed in examinations. So these restrictions imposed by parents on this child make him sick because now he cannot enjoy the passion of playing cricket. So that is how just the word intercourse I have expanded to every field. It can be used in every field. So same kind of expansion can be done for every rubric. The field of each remedy becomes unlimited. We can use it in unlimited circumstances easily. And we are not to probe the patient to take out his mental symptom because the patient always comes to you because of his mental symptoms, not because of physicals. So though he describes physical first, but if there are physical symptoms, but those physical symptoms, unless patient is concerned about, he will not come to you. Now let's again come back to conium. So another word I took is amativeness, want of amativeness. This is one rubric. Its explanation is amative. What is amative? Amative is an amorous person who is disposed to make act of love sexually. amorous and is disposed to make love sexually. Means he is fond of making sex. Want means want is a need, it is a necessity without which the person cannot manage. It is just not a desire, it is a need that you give me this, only then I will be satisfied. So he wants to get involved in the act, he wants to have full desire and strength for the act. So he wants to lead an absolutely free, unrestrained life without any responsibility. Because he always wants to enjoy the act which he is fond of. And if somebody stops him or restricts the activity, then he falls sick. The rubrics which are given in our repertory, those are corroborating my description, are libertinism, aversion friends to pregnancy during, aversion family to members of, aversion men to, aversion women to, aversion business to. Means does not want to do any work except involvement in his passion. Now we will take up each rubric word by word so that we can understand the metaphoric deep meaning of these words. Libertine. A person who is unrestrained by conventions or morality is a libertine person, because he does not want to respect any restriction on him. So libertinism is the quality or state of being libertine. This extreme involvement in passion, it may be any kind of passion, also leads to certain problems or sickness. The rubric is ailments from sexual excess. The rubric is not sexual excess. This is sexual excesses. Excess is different and excesses are different. They both are different meaning. If he is stopped from indulging with his passion, he becomes very irritable, angry and abusive. The rubrics given are abusive, insulting somebody on the road to, jealousy, sexual excitement with, both the things are there, but somebody, when he sees others getting involved and enjoying the same kind of act, he becomes jealous of them, because he is also very fond of that act. So this is her only or his only ambition, to enjoy life without taking any responsibility. He is happy till he gets the chance of enjoyment, but if conditions do not permit, he becomes irritable or sad, means morose. The other set of rubric is ambition, irritability, chill during, sadness, chill during. So he has very strong sexual desire or passion for something. Sexual desire does not mean only the sex, act of sex using your sexual organs. No. Any act, maybe book reading, maybe cooking, maybe watching movie, maybe playing cricket, etc., etc., etc. So these can be equated as an act, sexual act. So there is another rubric, satyriasis. Meaning, we will understand first the meaning of word satyriasis. Satyriasis is an excessive or abnormal sexual craving in male. Satyriasis is a pathological condition of strong, painful erection of penis due to the accumulation of blood in the penile muscles, indicating bleeding is rushed into penis and stays there as if under some strong force. I have given some kind of note to it. Not only the mind works under passion, but each and every cell of body is passionate. This rubric is the indication what I have already described about conium. So satyriasis may or may not be with sexual desire, but though it is always considered with sexual desire, but he enjoys the passion. So any, not only the sexual act, any act which he wants to get, not only the wants to, he is obliged to, compelled to get involved into it. Though he himself thinks it should not be there because this is too much. The mind knows that whatever the quantum of involvement in that particular act is too much. He should avoid it. He should restrict it. But he is not able to do so. So that act can be considered as any satyresis. Suppose if one is fond of playing cricket and he enjoys it very much, there is always an urge, always a constant urge to play cricket 24 hours. He himself knows that this is not a right behavior and he should restrict it. Should restrict playing cricket because as there is so many other things also to do in the life. But he is not able to do so, as in satyresis. So erection of penis for making sexual intercourse for time being 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour is quite enough and also enjoyable act. But if the same penis remains erect very strongly for 2 hours, 10 hours, then it is very, very, very painful. And person wants to get rid of it. So then both the condition can be equated. So here, initially he enjoys the erection of penis because it gives a. Initially, he enjoys the erection of penis. It gives a feeling of fulfillment, some kind of power to him, some kind of enjoyment that he can perform sexual intercourse with a great success. He can satisfy any girl for any longer, any duration. But if same penis remains erect for 10 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, then he becomes fed up with it. He wants to get rid of it. So similar is the condition when a person knows a person wants to play cricket. He enjoys cricket for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, then he should stop it. But the urge is so much. He has become tired, extremely tired. There is no strength left in. But the mind says he should play more cricket. He is forced within to play cricket. Then both the conditions are same. So that's how we can expand the meaning of each word into every field of life. This is the beauty of this explanation, and if you apply it and choose the remedies on this basis, then prescription will be absolutely perfect and you will get the fastest result. So then it will become very easy for you to select the remedy on the mental basis. As soon as you see the patient, his behavior, immediately you will come to know that this person is behaving like that particular remedy, and selection will become very easy. Now we go to another set of rubrics. Playing, desire to play, and dancing. There are 2 rubrics. So what does they convey? If he does not get the chance to play under the influence of that passion, he wants to play but he is not allowed to play by some force. Maybe some kind of work restricting him to play, some kind of responsibilities restricting him to play, or some kind of authority like parents, teachers, etc. are restricting him from playing cricket or anything which he is fond of. He gets bored and cannot tolerate the condition or person which are not allowing him to enjoy. But the person is in such a situation that he cannot fight back the opposition, means the authority who is trying to restrict him. So he is meeting. So maybe due to his old age, poor resource, or maybe a child, or maybe due to some kind of sickness, etc., then he feels sad. So rubrics are there which can define, or so there are following sets which, so the above feeling which I have described, this feeling which I have described earlier or just now, can be understood by the following rubric: ennui, tedium, and contradiction, intolerant of contradiction. Delusion, animals of. What does animal means? The situation at present is like an animal. Situation is equated with an animal. This is the beauty, which takes no mercy on him and takes him fully in its grip, does not allow him to play and enjoy. So anything. So now what is an animal? So these animals are at a much lower intellectual level than human beings. They don't have the capacity to argue, but physically they are much more powerful than human beings, and it is very difficult for human beings to control them. But though with the intelligence and with several means, humans can control animals, but animals are the one who has more power and cannot yield to any reasoning. Whatever they are supposed to do, they can do, and they can only be restricted with some kind of force, either love or some brutal acts. So in this above situation, anyone who is forcing him or not allowing him to do the act of his according to his passion is equivalent to an animal, because animal also does not understand any reasoning, etc., and also very powerful. So this authority which is restricting him from playing or getting involved into the passion is also not paying any heed to any argument and is also very powerful from him. So this, both the things how I have equated, so this will become very easy for you to understand who is behaving like an animal. Though it may be his parents, maybe situation, anything which is much more powerful than him and also cannot be yielded to any kind of reasoning. So the one has to act, forced to act according to their wishes of that authority, which can be equated with the animal. So at this situation, when he is not allowed to do whatever the act according to his passion, then he himself realizes that he is weak and he is not in position to resist the oppression, means the authority that is trying to restrict his activities. He always remains in fear that this enjoyment might be snatched at any moment. Who will snatch the enjoyment? The authority. So then authority will be considered as animal or as a robber. So the rubrics are: fear, robbers of. Robbers are the one who can forcefully snatch something. So the authorities are forcefully snatching the enjoyment from this person. Fear, man of, and another one is delusion, injury, about to receive injury is. I've just given a glimpse how we correlate, interlink each and every rubric and make a picture of the remedy. Ultimately, the picture will become very, very small, it will be confined to few sentences, and then it will become easy for the homeopath to recognize a patient quickly, that this is the patient of such and such remedy, without even asking anything or asking very little information from the patient. So he always feels that someone is coming to snatch enjoyment from him, so he does not want to get mixed up with people and avoid their company. The following rubrics will corroborate the above feeling: company, aversion to; fear of being alone, desire of being alone, but he wants to enjoy himself, so there is a desire of being alone. But at the same time, he fears that he may not become alone due to his abnormal behavior. Rubric is meditation means that he seriously gives a thought to this situation to find out its cause and its solution. This is meditation. Because he needs their company to fulfill his desire of enjoyment. Always feels that situations, people, or disease is always after him, troubling him, and do not let him enjoy also. The rubric is delusion persecuted, he is persecuted. Those situations are persecuting him. He feels all people around him will injure him. Injure him means what? Would not let him enjoy the situation. So due to this severe weakness, he feels anyone who tries to come near him, means trying to make a close relationship. This is the meaning of coming near to him. Meaning try to make a close relationship with him is coming to take away the chance of enjoyment, so he does not let anyone come into his life, or he fears everyone who is approaching him is a robber. Robber means he will snatch away all his happiness forcefully. This can only happen if he finds himself weaker than the authorities which are trying to snatch away his enjoyment. The rubrics corroborating this feeling is fear approaching of others, fear robbers of. Now we'll try to understand the meaning of robber. Who are robbers? So robber is a person or is a situation who forcefully snatches something from someone. So anyone who can snatch, that is, force him to stop the enjoyment. What can be snatched? The enjoyment can be snatched from him. He fears and avoids his company. He fears that somebody is coming into his room at night. Meaning, at night means, what is the meaning of night? A time when he is alone and not having sufficient power and resource to defend him. Because that is why at the night he feels that somebody is coming into the room. He finds himself weaker than the situation. In Conium's case, he or she is widow or widower. That's why it is considered as the remedy of widowers. Widower or widow means devoid of supporting partner or supporting force. So widow here indicates a situation in which he has lost his supporting force. What happens in a widow? So the spouse, one dies or goes away from, so he becomes alone. So this force may be his own strength or maybe some other person, which he finds himself in a weaker situation, that when the resources are less, any slightest sign of illness make him feel that some serious disease will set in, because he has no one to support him. All the supports has gone away. Means this wife has died or her husband has died. Now he is alone and cannot fight the situation. So this is the feeling of the widow or a widower. The following rubrics will corroborate this feeling. Delusion injury, about to receive injury is. Delusion door, someone was coming in at the night. Delusion house, people, house is full of. Delusion noise, hearing noise. Delusion people, seeing people day and evening entering the room in. Delusion people entering the house at night. Delusion room, people see bedside at his. Delusion thieves house in. Fear alone of being, desire of being alone, but fear door, opening the door when there is a difficulty in. Fear men of, fear robbers of. So these are few rubrics. So these are few represent the weak state of his mind. So above group of symptoms indicate that he feels someone is coming or present very near to him, that is in his own house or under his own bed. Under his own bed means very near to him and he can attack him at any moment. So this is the meaning of under his bed or in the house. So one bad who can stop him from getting involved into passion. He is afraid of a person or a situation that is powerful enough to stop him enjoyment. So the rubrics are fear robbers of and fear man. Man is considered as very powerful person, though women are not. So he is always afraid of one who can forcibly snatch something from him. If he does not get involved into passion, he gets bored. This is the reason of ailments of conium. If he stopped, he goes to extremes, takes extreme steps, tries to break relationship. The meaning he becomes destructive by nature, destructiveness of relationships. So takes extreme step, tries to break relationships, but does not break because he himself feels weak. So he needs the support of the other person, other situation also. Though he wants to be alone, but he fears to live alone because he finds himself weak. Means old. So what is old age? So old age indicates a broken down condition, not only the number of years he has lived. So old age indicates a broken down condition of something after prolonged use where one cannot work with full force or effectiveness because its efficiency and accuracy is reduced. There are always chance of breaking down under pressure. For example, the motorcycle has gone old as we cannot depend on it for long journey. Old is not directly related to the age. As a man of 40 years appears an old man of 80 or vice versa. He is 80 years of age but still he is very young, or he has become old in the age of 40. So number of years he has lived is not equivalent to the younger or older state. Rubric is fear alone of being, desire to be alone but. So because of his fear, he compromises with the situation and does not take extreme step. Though he wants to take extreme step, but realizing his weakness, he make compromises. Explanation. Fear door, opening the door. What happens when you open the door? You let the intruder come into your house. So suppose before opening the door, you cannot know or you do not know who is standing outside the gate. So when you open the door, only then you will realize that this and this is the person who is standing outside the door, outside the room. So what is the fear? Fear is because he himself feels a weak person now, so he has got no confidence that he can deal with the person if he tries to snatch something out of him. So there is always a fear that the powerful person or powerful situation will come and that will snatch all the enjoyment from his life. When there is a difficulty in his life and he is not capable of facing it, he feels that anyone can harm him, so he does not let anyone enter his life. So life is equated with the room. Through an open door, anyone can come in. Opening door means let others or anyone or the intruder come in. Here it is in his life. So he or she fears to open the door means he fears of letting people, only those who he fears or has the capacity to stop him from enjoying life. So he fears them. So enter into his life. So that is why he avoids people and fears people. He does not let any situation prevail into his life which he thinks can interfere with the enjoyment of life. So he remains estranged from his family and also has a gritty feeling. Word meaning estranged. What is estranged and what is gritty feeling? We are trying to understand it. Estranged is to arouse him, especially mutual enmity or indifference where there had formerly been love, affection or friendliness. What is gritty feeling? Gritty means having grit. Grit means not loving or friendly but having uncompromising attitude, meaning not compatible or not cooperative attitude with one another. So both these rubrics, estranged and guilty feeling, both rubrics indicate that he is not at good terms with his family because they stop or interfere in his ways of enjoyment. Whatever happens or is done by anyone, he gets affected unpleasantly by it. Rubric is impressionable unpleasantly by everything. So, under all circumstances, he does not want to get out of his enjoyable and comfortable state. Means rubrics are bed, remain in bed, desire to. So, he does not find any interest in any kind of work, rather, he fears work. His only concern is to enjoy. The rubrics are business aversion to, fear work of, persuaded to work cannot be, or and intolerance. So he does not take anything seriously except the things of his enjoyment. He just make a fun of everything. Rubric for this feeling is jesting, trifles with everything. Another rubric is haughty. Haughty is proud. It means he does not bother about others' opinion or feelings. He takes a stand or behavior by which he feels his appearance is best looking, giving best impressions to others. Clothes. What are clothes? Clothes are used to cover and also decorate the body, to augment our personality, to make our appearance look good. So the best cloth means best possible attitude by which he thinks that he appears most beautiful and impressive in his own eyes. Rubric is insanity, madness, dresses in best clothes, haughty clothes likes to wear his best. So he does not take care of even very important things under his passion. What are those in rubric is neglecting important things. So he does not take care of even very important things. When he is in a mood of enjoyment, his mood keeps on changing. The rubrics are mood changeable, mood repulsive, mood alternating, narrow-minded, intolerance. So what is narrow? So narrow is something having very less space or the passage for anything to enter into it. So anything passing through narrow passage can pass through it with great difficulty or may not pass at all. So whatever is the feeling or idea about anything in his mind, he does not let any new idea means any change in the preconceived ideas. That is called a new idea. So he does not let any new idea enter his mind. He cannot tolerate that anyone tries to change his mind. That is, he does not accept new ideas or facts. So this is the nature of conium. Another rubric is superstitious. I think by this short, subtle explanation, description of conium remedy gives you a deep insight into the remedy, and even just by a glance of the patient, by knowing very few things from the patient, even by his body language, you will be able to recognize the conium patient, though he may be a child or he may be an old person. He may be a married one living with his wife, or he may be widow or widower. These words have nothing. We have to go into the essence of these words and then can expand them, their meanings into all the fields of life. Then only we can use remedy in every field of life, in every kind of disease, and under all similar conditions. This is the way which makes prescription or selection of the remedy very easy. So I'm sure and will enjoy this video. We'll learn a lot. If you learn a lot or learn even the smallest, something smallest, even if you gain even the smallest out of this video, you pass this knowledge on to each and every other homeopath. Because ultimately, what is our aim? Aim is to know perfect homeopathy, real homeopathy to cure the patient, and this method gives the best result. Thank you for watching this video, but real thanks is when you share it with every other homeopath. Thank you again.